Hello everyone, this is Miss Pranati Ravendra Khone, Assistant Professor in Physics, Mahatma Phule Arts and Science College, Patur. Today we are discussing ideal gas, real gas and transport phenomena in gas and some few related concepts to it. Okay, so let's move on to our lecture today. So first we will move to Avogadro's number. So what is Avogadro's number? Firstly, I should tell you that it is simply a number given by n is equal to 6.023 into 10 to the power 23. Okay. So, what is basic definition of Avogadro's number? It is the number, as I told you. It is the number of atoms or molecules in 1 mole of substance. Okay. So, number of atoms or molecules in 1 mole of substance is called as Avogadro's number, and it is denoted by capital N. I have told you the value is 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 particles per mole. Okay. So, where the particles may be atoms, molecules, electrons, etc. Okay. The mole, what is mole then? The mole is the amount of substance which contains the same number of elementary entities or elementary particles. Okay. So let's move towards next concept, that is degrees of freedom. So what basically the degrees of freedom means? That in how many ways a particle can move from here to there or in a given shape or even given container. How many in how many ways the particle is free to move is the basic concept behind the degrees of freedom. So we'll see first the definition. So the definition is the total number of independent quantities, okay, which must be required for describing the state of motion completely are known as degrees of freedom. Once again, I will recall you the definition. Total number of independent quantities which must be required for describing the state of a motion completely are known as degrees of freedom. So let's take some example. Suppose in some plane we are describing the motion of given body, then we can consider xy axis, and then if suppose the body is rectangular, then it may have rectangular components. Else it can be explained or it can be specified, its direction is specified by two quantities only. Okay. Similarly, if we want to describe the motion of body in space, three independent quantities we should know. Okay. So let's move to next concept. So it is monoatomic or monoatomic, diatomic and polyatomic gas. So what is monoatomic? Its name itself suggests monoatomic is that the molecule which consists of single atom. So which are these gases then? We have example like helium, neon, argon, krypton. Okay. So each molecule is free to move in three-dimensional space and it contains only single atom. So it is called as monoatomic gas. Okay, now we should move next. Let suppose m be the mass of each molecule and p, q and r be the velocity components along x, y, z axis respectively. We are supposing or considering that the particle is that the molecule is moving in space. Okay. So then the kinetic energy of each molecule is given by, we know what is the kinetic energy, half mv square. So we have to consider here velocity components. So half of mp square plus half of mq square plus half of mr square. Okay. Then it has degrees of freedom 3, and if there are n number of such molecules present there, we are showing here the degrees of freedom for single molecule, that is 3, and if there are n number of molecules present there, then the degrees of freedom will be 3n. Okay. Then diatomic gas, same way, that is the molecule which consists of two atoms, it is called as diatomic gas. So what are the examples of diatomic gas? H2, O2, right? Okay. Then here also the molecules are free to move in three-dimensional space. So here also we have to consider three velocity components along three axis, that is x, y, z axis. Okay, then again suppose m be the mass of each molecule and p, q, r be the velocity components along x, y and z axis respectively. Again here the kinetic energy of each molecule is given by half of mp square plus half of mq square plus half of mr square plus half of ix wx square plus iy wy square plus iz wz square. So what is this ix I sorry oh, this ix iy sorry ix iy iz and wx wy wz, what is this? So we have to consider here the rotational motion also, and that's why these three terms are added because of the rotational motion of that molecule. Okay, then the this ix wx iy wy iz wz whole square, this is called as nothing but the moment of inertia of that molecule about that particular axis. But the moment of inertia of the rotation about x-axis is 0, that is ix wx square is 0. Thus the degrees of freedom are 3 3 of our kinetic energy and 2 from rotational motion's kinetic energy, then it will be 5. So total number of degrees of freedom is 5, but for n number of molecules the degrees of freedom is 5n. Okay, let's move to polyatomic gas now. So polyatomic gas, its name also suggests itself. Polyatomic means it consists of more than 3 atoms or more atoms. It is called as polyatomic gas. So now it consists of, or it possesses 6 degrees of freedom, 3 translational and 3 rotational. So it has 6 degrees of freedom. Okay, so in case of diatomic or polyatomic molecules, the atoms within the molecule may also vibrate with respect to each other. In such case, molecule would possess still more degrees of freedom. Okay, please note this point. Okay, so law of equipartition of energy. So what is law of equipartition of energy? We will see. See, for any dynamical system in thermal equilibrium, the total kinetic energy is equally distributed. Um, equally distributed among its various degrees of freedom, and average energy for each degree of freedom is half of kT, where K is Boltzmann constant and T is absolute temperature of the gas. So what is the proof? We'll move towards proof. So consider a case of monoatomic gas of monoatomic gas molecule of ideal gas. We know the monoatomic gas has 3 degrees of freedom, right? So according to kinetic theory of gases, the average kinetic energy of the molecule is 3 by 2 kT, right? The molecule has 3 degrees of freedom, okay, with respect to translational motion. So the average kinetic energy of the molecule in each degree of freedom is 1 by 3 into 3 by 2 kT. So 3 will get cancelled and we will have half of kT. So this is the law of equipartition of energy. I hope you have all understood these concepts well. If you have any query, you can ask me by putting your comments in the comment section. Okay, thank you so much.